Acrylic paint is a familiar formula in most painting workshops and households. It is cheaper than other options and easy to apply. Thus, you can comfortably use it regardless of your painting experience. But, is acrylic paint permanent? Does this water-based finish stick well on various surfaces? Let's find out. Acrylics are water-based quick-drying formulas with no toxic components, making them applicable to many different surfaces. Once acrylic paints dry, they are light-fast and permanent with a strong and flexible surface. Acrylic paints are easy to clean with simple soap and water. To get your paint working properly following application, it is important to ensure that the formula has adhered to the surface properly to avoid chipping and peeling later. The finish is water-resistant to a notable degree, so you can add a top coat to protect it from harsh elements, enhancing longevity. What is acrylic paint? Acrylic paints came about in Germany in 1934 as water, pigment particles, and acrylic resin formulas. It was a groundbreaking discovery as the product had watercolor paints and all qualities that could dissolve in water. First, it holds the pigment in place after the finish dries. Then, it forms a protective film once the water separates from the paint. An acrylic pigment gives the paint its color. It consists of small granules ground down into tiny particles and suspended in the formula without dissolving. The dye can be organic or inorganic, natural or synthetic. An acrylic vehicle transports the binder and the pigment, and most products use water. The water blends with the binder to form a polymer emulsion. This process allows the paint to dry to a transparent polymer film after evaporation. How to make acrylic paint permanent? The best way to make acrylic paint permanent is by sealing it. All you have to do is get a suitable sealer for your paint type and painting material. For example, you can choose varnish or a clear top coat, depending on your project expectations. Also, please note that some sealers are available in aerosol form, while others are liquid you can paint. Sealing protects the paint finish from dust, dirt, UV rays, and water. Hence, it is a prudent alternative if the project will remain outside for an extended duration. But remember that although varnish is a perfect option for exterior surfaces, it has more volatile organic compounds than an acrylic sealer. Therefore, use it in well-ventilated areas. How long does acrylic paint last? If you prepare the surface and seal it properly, acrylic paint can last a long time, up to 20 years or more. Some colors may lose their vibrancy under heavy sunlight exposure or after a few years, but the paint is surprisingly resistant. If you've not opened the acrylic paint can, that's a different story. An unused, unopened product has a shelf life of about 10+ years with proper storage. How long does acrylic paint take to dry? Standard acrylic paints need 20 to 30 minutes to dry, while slow formulas may take more than a day, especially those on canvas. But generally, the paint takes a few minutes to dry, and since it is a water-based product, it dries much quicker than other formulas. Even though the painted surface may appear dry to the touch, the finish is vulnerable to damage until it fully cures. Also, please note that thin acrylic paint coats need a few days to dry, whereas thick layers may take weeks. Some slow paint needs up to 20 days to dry, especially after varnishing the surface. However, it is possible to increase the curation speed by lowering the moisture content in the atmosphere. You can consider turning on the heater. Is acrylic paint waterproof? Although acrylic paint is slightly water-resistant, it does not provide a waterproof surface. Thus, you'd have to add a sealer over the finish to preserve it from water damage. It is also advisable to prepare the surface thoroughly before painting for better results. On top of that, since the paint is not waterproof, rainwater will definitely ruin it. The water can wash away the finish if the paint is still wet or if you did not treat the surface. In addition, while dry paint may slightly resist water, it will eventually start to flake or peel off with constant exposure. Acrylics are water-based, quick-drying, non-toxic formulas that work on multiple materials. In addition, they are light-fast and durable when dry, making the surface solid and flexible. Thank you everyone for watching us till the end. It would be a great pleasure for us if you were a little help with this video. Comment us below.